Video store, video store.
Just to select a few things. Tom and Jerry, the movie. Apparently it's not very good. But, you know, there's a Tom and Jerry movie if you want to introduce Tom and Jerry to your children. It does have some famous voices. Oh, Chloe Grace Moretz, Colin Yost, Rob Delaney, and Ken Jeong, who's in lots of things like Hangover. But anyway, if you must introduce the kids to it, I think if they're very young, they'll still enjoy Tom and Jerry. But we do have, this is about an FBI informant. I think to get out of his own troubles, he becomes an informant, has to infiltrate the Black Panther movement. Judas and the Black Messiah. We also have Godzilla vs. Kong. I guess you'll know what to expect there. And we have Wanda, which is Aaron Eckhart. He's actually a private investigator. He also happens to be somebody who is very much considered a conspiracy theorist amongst those that know him, always being paranoid and assuming that everything is a conspiracy. And he actually is brought to a town of Wanda where he's doing an investigation. But is he paranoid or not? Or is this actually a conspiracy? There you go. So Wanda, Godzilla, Judas and the Black Messiah, they're the main ones for this week.
Let's go down to the store. Oh, it's a video shop, the video shop. You can rent a winner and you can rent a flop. Well, everybody's doing that. Hoppity bop, going down to the video.
I've been watching a few Charles Dickens inspired stories. I started off watching Little Dorrit, and that I gained enough interest to check out these other two titles. All three of them are fantastic. I'd highly recommend them. They're based on his novels, but some of them are also, if you know a little bit about Charles Dickens, he talks about the harsh times. I think it was Edwardian times, pre-Victorian times. He talks about the debtors' prison, and it's something that he really brings to life quite well because his own father was in the in that prison, and it was just really sad because if you had a debt and you couldn't pay it back, even though it was a small debt, you were chucked in this debtor's prison. And I think his mother had to go there and live with his dad there while he worked in some factory at 14 years of age. So he really experienced the harshness that he portrays in Little Dorrit. But the characters that he brings to life are just fascinating. They're just, typical Charles Dickens. The way it's done, it's just amazing. Like the alcoholic and his cat, Lady Gin. The disabled man who needs to be, shaken up and his bones need to be put in order by his niece. They're just fantastic. They're the great escape. I'd highly recommend them. And in times of lockdown, this is what I binge watched.
One more time now. Video store. On the corner it's a video store. And they got something.
Okay, here we are once again upstairs amongst the incredible collection that we have here at Picture Surge Video and Vinyl, and looking at some of the VHS tapes we've got here. And this week we'll be reviewing Bedevilled.
Bedevil is an artistic movie written, directed and starring photographer and artist Tracy Moffat. It is made up of 3 ghost stories, each one telling us how the characters are affected by the lonely and restless spirits that inhabit each place. The first story tells of an American World War II serviceman who drunkenly drove his tank into a swamp, killing himself. His spirit now remains there, menacing all who encounter the swamp. The amazing Jack Charles plays a troubled man who recounts how he was haunted by the spirit as a child, and how it caused trouble for all who arrived in the area, including a family building a cinema. The second story tells of a young woman who is haunted by the motion of a passing train, a train they can hear but cannot see. The third segment is about a young migrant family whose plans to develop the building they own across from their shop are interrupted by the spirits of the dancing couple who died there. Bedevil is an extraordinary Australian movie which deals with very Aussie themes such as colonialism, the migrant experience, cultural taboos, family, community, love and death. Real-life remote locations are intercut with locations filmed in a studio, giving the film a highly stylised and dreamlike quality. There are no clear or easy answers to the dilemmas the characters face, just a beautiful telling of their situation. The previews on this tape include other rarely seen Aussie films such as Traps and Signal 1. Bedevil, another forgotten Aussie classic to be rediscovered on the shelves of Picture Search Video and Vinyl.